The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Salem Media of Hawaii.
Welcome to Generations Radio, where the focus is on our seniors and their families. We are here each Saturday afternoon from 5 until 6 p.m., bringing you resourceful information with our radio team of professionals in the field of aging. Stay with us for the next 1 hour as we explore different ways to make life more exciting and meaningful for our extraordinary seniors. Right here on AM 690 The Answer. And now, here is our host and the publisher of Generations Magazine, Percy Ihara.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Generations Radio. I am Percy Ihara, your host every Saturday and Sunday now, as you guys know, from 3 to 4. And on today, we're here from 5 to 6. Anyway, as you know, the February issue will be coming out very shortly, and I've been sitting around town just giving people a digital copy, and it's going to be beautiful. The cover is called Facing Alzheimer's, and it's a silhouette of two people facing each other, and we're going to have three experts in the Alzheimer's field here in the state of Hawaii talking about aging, talking about Alzheimer's and our families here in Hawaii. So look out for that. It'll be posted on our website probably by the first part of February. So look out for that if you want to just read it online, if you're antsy about learning about Alzheimer's. But anyway, I'm glad to have this week's guest, Steve Nawahine from Kalakaua Gardens. Welcome to the show, Stephen.
Great. Thank you, Percy. Appreciate it. It's an honor to be here.
Well, when I first met you, I was like, man, you're a big guy. Now, did you play football?
I did. I played football, boy, I don't know how many years ago. It's been a while, but I'll say 80 pounds ago. How about that?
Wow. I'm not too far behind that. I didn't play football since high school. But so you just got back to Hawaii. You relocated back to Hawaii. I mean, you're a Hawaii boy, right?
Yes. I was born in Laie, North Shore. When we lived here as children, moved away when I was young, around 10 years old. We moved to California, to Oregon. My dad was a football coach.
Oh, really?
He coached high school football, but college football as well.
Well, he's an offensive coordinator. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about that. I can't believe
God.
that guy took off and went to Boise.
Well, more
he's
money.
missing out.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but money. Some people, money is important, but I get it.
Yeah.
And then, so you've been in the home care or care facility for many years then?
I have. And I first started my college career, really, my degree was in information systems and international business. And so I came back here to BYU Hawaii and finished my degree and started out in the computer industry. I didn't get into the healthcare industry until about 11 years ago.
You're in the computer industry before, and if you did that, 20 years ago? Well,
did.
You're ahead of their time because the iPad and these smartphones only been around 6-7 years.
Yeah, it hasn't been around too long. And I can tell you, when I was going to college and finishing up my degree, I was actually getting a degree in education, and I had a security job on campus. And I was checking all the rooms, and I saw these guys on their computers. I'm like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, we're on the internet." And I looked at him, and go, "What is that?" And I really didn't know what he was talking about. And after that, I got interested and got into the business and computer field because of that.
Oh, really?
And that's why I finished my degree, and it went in that direction.
Oh, wow. And what made you change to get into the healthcare field?
Well, that's a good story. I actually grew up with my mom being in healthcare all of our lives. Mm-hmm. She's been a nurse, a registered nurse for 47 years.
Wow.
She was the director of nursing for facilities here in Hawaii for many years. And I grew up watching her work really hard. She had a compassion for people, a passion for what she did. Mm-hmm. But she was always stressed. And I told myself as a young boy growing up, I said, you know what? I don't want to do what mom does. And and so I told myself I don't want to be in the healthcare field like mom. Uh-huh. And so, long story short, I had a defining moment, I guess, in my life. I'd gone to Japan. I was working for Legato Corporation at the time, which is
You lived in Japan?
Well, no, I was visiting. I was visiting, but I went on vacations, or not vacations, but business trips quite often there. But I was there on behalf of Legato Corporation, which is now part of EMC Corporation.
Wow.
And I was training a bunch of engineers. And then the next day I was training a bunch of marketing and sales guys. And that was my job. I traveled the world, had a young family, made great money for a young guy just after college. But, I was in Tokyo and was in the hotel, and I'm laying on the bed and was just thinking to myself, I'm doing really well right now in my life, but I'm not completely happy. Why is that?
Huh.
And came to that I wanted to leave my mark. I wanted to make a difference in this life. And I went home, talked to my wife about it, and really what it was is that I felt like in healthcare I could touch people every day. I could make a difference. And my wife thought I was crazy, but she supported me and met people in this industry and kind of headed in that direction in healthcare.
Oh, good for you. It reminds me of a story. I was at a funeral, unfortunately, yesterday, and talking to the pastor, Pastor Norman Nakanishi. He was talking about how he was a professional drummer growing up and did it professionally in Waikiki for many years. And that one day he said he's not happy, just like yourself. And he wanted to do something that he was more passionate about and serving people, and he became a pastor. Wow. Norman Nakanishi. So, but great story. So you eventually went into the nursing side?
I did. Well, I went into had a company, Advanced Healthcare. They had recruited me to be an administrator or actually be their business development in their company. And I started there and found out that they were going to build a building in Hawaii. And I said, you know what? I want to do that. What do I have to do to go back home and help our people there? And so they said, well, you have to be an administrator. So I went through their whole administrator and training program. Took me a year and a half, and then became an administrator. And then I opened up a few of their buildings, some in Utah. They sent me to Arizona, where I relocated. And then from there, I moved on to a different company. And that's how I connected with Avalon Healthcare. And I ran their facility out of Chandler Healthcare facility in Arizona. Correct.
Wow. And Avalon is one of the largest management companies, if we can use that name, or a healthcare company in the nation.
We do really well. There are larger companies in the industry, but we're a good size. We have anywhere from 50 to 60 facilities in the West Coast here, in Oregon, Washington, California, Utah, Arizona as well, and here in Hawaii. Here in our islands, we have the most number of skilled nursing beds.
Right.
And we've been around here since 1962.
Since 1962?
Since
I didn't realize that many.
Yeah.
Wow. And which property is that?
Well, we have Halenani and Avalon Honolulu. We have Yukio Okutsu, the VA Center on the Big Island.
In Hilo. I've been there. Very nice facility.
Very nice facility. And then now Kalakaua Gardens, which Avalon is the operator.
Yeah, so we've been seeing in a paper and now in Generations magazine, so thank you so very much, the premier retirement facility. Is that what we would call that?
Yes. We call it the premier, and at least we feel that way about it. And, quite honestly, it's a beautiful new building. It's new. It's the shiny object that's out there. But quite honestly, you get into the community, and beauty lasts 3 minutes long. And it really is going to matter how you take care of people and how that community feels once you walk into the doors within the walls of that community. And that's what I feel that will set us apart from everyone else, that culture that we have in our community.
Well, from the first time I met you, I can tell in your story, Stephen, one thing I realized that you really do care, and you're very sincere and you're very honest about it. And so I'm looking forward to it. So give us for our listeners an idea. So when you go down Kalakaua, which is the best way to explain it, going down Kalakaua before Century Center on the right side.
Correct, on the right side. And if you've gone, you've hit the convention center, you've gone a little bit too far. Yeah. So when you hit that big intersection there where the Century Plaza, is on the left, the Century Center with that big glass building, we're right on, you turn right and we are right there.
Right there.
Right there. There's I believe a Malaysian market right there.
Right. Actually, I know the owners. I coached their son baseball 2 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the Micronesian Mart. So
yes,
you went to the Micronesian Mart
little
too far, but you can't miss it. So Kalakaua Gardens, explain to me what's going, how many units you have, and what's going to be at the facility.
Well, I think what's really wonderful, we have independent living, we have assisted living, we have assisted living plus for a little bit higher acuity. We have memory care, so we have a whole floor that's dedicated to memory care. What really makes us unique as well is that we have a skilled nursing facility. We have 2 floors that are dedicated to skilled nursing. 2 floors. So rehab, short-term rehabilitation center as well. And what also makes us unique is that it's a monthly rental. We're not a buy-in. So
Right.
for some people here in Hawaii, that makes sense. Not all of us have a good nest egg that we can give away. And so it's a monthly rental, and you have all of those services under one roof, which allows us, I think, to really age in place. And that adds a lot of comfort to, our kupuna here, the elderly and to family members as well.
Yeah. So are you considered what's called a CCRC?
We are considered, we offer all of those services, but like I said, we're different from many communities, and where, if you want to get in the front door, you're going to have $500,000 to $1 million. And those work for some people, and there are beautiful communities out there that have that. But we offer all of these services under one roof at a monthly rental. So you're not locked in for the rest of your life, but you can stay there for as long as you'd like.
Right. So when you have independent living, how many total units are you going to have there?
Okay, so as far as the independent living, we have 126 suites for independent living and assisted living. That's dedicated to independent. Assisted memory care has 23. We have 23 beds on the floor. And then our skilled nursing has a total of 49 beds.
Wow.
And so we're really excited about that. When we talk with different partners, hospitals, the case managers, they're excited to send their patients to a good short-term transitional rehab type of facility where, people come in, we rehab, we work hard, get their physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech, and you get better, and then you go home.
Right. And that's what mostly Medicare covers, a lot of that, right?
Correct. Medicare, managed care, in some instances, even private pay. For those residents who actually live there and have a need for skilled nursing one day, the beauty of it all is that they can come back to their own community and have that skilled nursing and that rehab that they are in need of.
So how did the family decide how would people approach you, Steve, when my mom's aging, let's say she's 90 years old, how do people decide and when to go, or whether we buy in or not? Do they worry about whether they need more care down the road?
All the families that we meet with, all the potential residents that we meet with, they all have different stories, different needs. I think that as what makes it easier, because it can be a difficult situation when you're trying to figure out what do I want to do, where should I go? I think I need more help. Or if you're a caregiver, being a son or a daughter, and you're like, I think mom and dad needs a little bit more help, more assisted living. That conversation's a good conversation to start having now, and not be forced or compelled into having that conversation when you're in the hospital and not feeling good and not really thinking straight.
And stressed out.
It's stressed out, and you see it all the time, and you feel for those families, and you want to help them. So you reach out, and really what you need to do is just, as far as I'm concerned, you listen to what their needs are, and you try to see if you can help them. Is this a good match? Can they fit in well here at Kalakaua Gardens? Can we help them to live and to just thrive in our setting? And so as families come in, I spend probably 80% of the time listening to who they are, what their needs are, and then helping them from there.
Yeah, we've been with the magazine. We've always tried to provide resources to help them make decisions, but also just start letting them know they need to make decisions earlier. I was talking to a group this morning that we need to get people to be proactive. If your mom's 85 years old, living by herself, I always try to explain to them that what's going to happen when you need care. Or you want to stay here in a home, you want to move to a facility, or you have home care. And it's so hard to get people to do that. They're all very reactive. Don't you see people coming in when they need it right now?
Yeah, we have people that come in that need it right now, and they're just hoping and waiting that we'll open sooner. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, people come in and they're smart. They've been thinking about it for a long time. They've done their homework. I've noticed that the people of Hawaii, the elderly, they are really educated on the subject. In other places I've been in Utah, Arizona, Idaho, people are aware. But I've noticed that here at home, they're more concerned a lot sooner. maybe we're a little bit wiser. I don't. They have, there are limited facilities, limited services. So I think people are more aware that they need to be have their plans in place.
Yeah.
And so people come in. In fact, it's interesting. There was a 70-year-old woman that came in probably about a month ago or a couple months ago and said, I don't really need it right now. And she didn't. She was amazingly healthy, looked young.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, she was probably more 75, 80 years old. Said, I don't need it right now, but I'm just checking. Later on, about a month ago, she fell down, got hurt, and broke a hip. And now you're in the hospital, and now you need more assistance than you've ever needed before, and your life has changed.
In an instant.
And in an instant. And so now she's concerned and worried. So you have a lot of the elderly coming in now and are putting in their priority deposits, becoming part of the King's Club, making sure that they are in place, that they can choose a suite when it becomes available, just in case they have something that happens.
Yeah. Well, I tell everybody, just take a look. Yeah. You're not going to buy the car right now, but take a look, because this happens so quite often. I mean, somebody has a stroke, heart attack. When I started Generations Magazine, one of the first questions that kind of made me think about being a resource magazine is one of my clients called me and said, my husband had a stroke. I just have only one question for you. I said, how can I help you? She said, do I buy a wheelchair or do I rent one? And I'm like, gosh, I was only 44 at the time. Like, gee, that's a good question. I don't really know, but I'll find out. And that's what really started, that one question, Steve, started my mind thinking, they need help. Where do they go? So we created a Generations Magazine to be that resource. So I love what you guys doing over there, and I love brand new. I mean, who doesn't like brand new? So you're going to be moving in furniture in March and probably taking residence about when? Do you have an idea?
I think at the end of March, beginning of April, we want to make sure that we're ready
Sure.
and able, and we'll have all of our staff in place and trained and ready to go. We want to make sure that we make this transition to the new home one that is stress-free, hopefully, and one that it'll be a good experience for them, so that when they come into their new home, they feel comfortable. It feels like that they went to their own home.
Well, that's one thing I like about the values you're going to be bringing. Can you explain a little bit more about that? And then your garden lifestyle, is that what you're calling that?
Correct. It's funny. Many have asked, okay, you're Kalakaua Gardens. Where's your garden? And and I point out in some of the plans, I said, here's going to be some of our plans and whatnot. But this community has an ohana type feel. Every floor that's independent and assisted living has an ohana living room, an Ohio style for ohana style living.
Cool.
And there's just 12 suites on each floor, so it's not overcrowded. You get out of the elevators and you see a nice big living room like you're accustomed to seeing in your own home. Mm-hmm. You have your couches you can lay on. You have your wonderful big flat screen TV.
Wow.
You have your computer desk. But if you choose, you can hang out right there in your ohana living room and invite your friends and your family to come and visit you. If not, and you want some privacy, then you can go to your room, to your suite. And so that's on every floor it has that. So that's available. And then you have a floor where there's a common area where people can socialize, come together for activities, to be creative with arts. We have a wellness center, fitness room. We have where you can get your hair done in a nice, where we have our hairdressers. We have a nice library, a great theater, which is probably my favorite. I love watching movies, but it's beautiful. It's got wonderful seating and then amazing sound. So there's something for everyone.
Popcorn
Activities.
machine.
Oh, the soft serve machine really excites me down in the kitchen area. If you want a soft serve, hey, right there, help yourself to it.
Really?
But there'll be activities that run, from morning until evening. There'll be a lot of weekly events, quarterly events. That really just, our foundational belief, and this is something that as a team of three of us, when we first started here back in May, we put together our foundational belief, and it is that we embrace a heart for service and a passion for living. And, everyone that comes into the company now, that comes and wants to work with us, they will embrace that foundational belief, because that will flow onto how we care for
Right.
our elderly and how we care for the families that come in to visit them. And we truly believe that. Now, how are we going to do that? Heart for service, where that a lot of that is an attitude that we take with us every day. How we treat people, how we treat each other as staff members, as coworkers, but how we treat our residents and how we treat their family members is so important.
It really is. It really is, because you can have the greatest spa or theater, but if your employees don't bring that value system across to them, seniors can feel it right away.
They can,
Yeah.
they can. And as a son, I can feel that when I go into a place and I'm thinking about my mom and dad, hey, how does this place feel? Does it feel good?
Mm-hmm.
If I leave mom and dad here after visiting them, how am I going to feel when I walk away? Am I going to feel bad or guilty, or am I going to feel, I feel good that these people care about mom and dad. They're going to be okay. And that really is a personal mission for me. That I've had, if someone like me comes walking in the door and they get information about our community and then they meet somebody like me who's the general manager, I want to know that I can trust that guy, that he's going to do the right thing on behalf of my parents or my grandparent or whomever the loved one would be. But I want to walk away knowing that, okay, you know what? I know that guy's going to take care of my family.
Do you see a lot of children come with the parents to take a look at the parents?
You do. You see a lot of people who are involved, a lot of family, and it's gratifying because not all family members are involved in the care.
Very true.
But quite honestly, we get a lot of independent people who walk right in,
Yeah.
and they look like they're healthier than I am, and they want to have a place to live here. They want their spot in Kalakaua Gardens, and they come there because they want to live, and they want to meet, and they want to socialize, and they want to have a great life. But then you have families that do come in that are concerned for their mom or dad.
My wife works in Waikiki, and so we go down there, pop down there, and we enjoy just walking around. I mean, it's safe. Just don't stay out late at night, and don't go down some dark alley. But otherwise, right on Kalakaua, Kuhio, I love going to the beach. I love just walking around, and it's just so close to Waikiki.
Yeah, it's a great location,
Yeah.
and I knew that it was a great location. I didn't realize that until everybody who comes in tells us, "Oh, I love it. You're right here in the center of everything."
Shopping center.
You have Don Quixote just a block
Don Quixote,
away.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You got Palama Shopping, the market, Palama
Across
Market
the
right
street.
there.
Yeah.
You've got the convention center. You've got Ala Moana right across the street. I mean, it's close enough to the canal and the beaches
Ala
where you
Moana
can have
Beach
a
Park.
walk and the beach park. So it's a great location, and and that's great because you want that. And the great thing is up in this community, there are views like in every floor, in every
really?
room you have, because it's all windows, it's all glass
Really?
windows, and you can see out anywhere. So any room you have, even if you're in the skilled nursing floors, you're going to have an amazing, wonderful view of everything that surrounds this beautiful area.
I see here that you're going to you put in your little comment about features and amenities, farm to table cuisine.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. So as we all know, especially here in Hawaii, I mean, as your food goes, everything goes. And so, we have a chef that has come on board. He's amazing. He's had a lot of experience in the senior living community.
Really?
His name is Derek Takamoto.
Here locally or on the mainland?
Here locally. He's been around for a long time. He's worked with, a few senior living communities here in Hawaii, but he knows what he's doing, and he's very aware of what our people want to eat, and he can do anything. He is a chef, and he's amazing.
Wow. Well, good for you. And I also see that besides the theater, the fitness center, so you can have a spa as well.
We
When
do
you
have
say
a spa.
I mean, what do you mean, like a jacuzzi,
Spa,
or pool?
jacuzzi, fitness center. We don't have a pool. That's I don't know that we had enough room for a pool, but we have everything else there. Everything else that you could offer. We have a shuttle bus and a town car that could take you right to the beach.
See that? What is that? A limousine or a town car? You said?
Yeah. Well, they don't make town cars anymore, but hey, so we'll get a nice SUV. But that can run people around for their appointments, or if they want to go somewhere just for a visit. We have a nice shuttle van that will be involved in activities around the island on a daily basis. So we have all of those available to our residents.
So do the shuttles take them to their doctor or shopping or to the mall? Or
It does it all. It does it
Really?
all. So we'll have multiple vans for transportation. And if we have a group that wants to go to the swap meet, hey, our shuttle bus will get them there.
Really?
If it's someone that needs to go to an appointment, we have that town car for those personal doctor visits.
And so when can people, do you have a model up yet?
We will have a model here shortly. I think we're still a month away, I think, from having a real model to look at. Mm-hmm. But we do have an information center right now that is located at 1680 Kapiolani Boulevard, right next to the 24-Hour Fitness.
And that Japanese restaurant. That's
right next
busy.
to Odorico's, which is a new Japanese restaurant.
I would try to go there. I was talking to one of your late girls recently. And I said, I would try to go there for dinner one night. Like, man, there's a line out the door. That place is busy. And then you guys are right next door to them.
It's busy. It's a beautiful location. And, Hiro is the owner. He's a wonderful guy, young, smart guy, but he runs a great restaurant. There often enough.
Oh yeah, I'll mention your name. Steve said he's gonna give me a table earlier.
That's right. Just mention our name. But they're great partners, and we are right next door to them. We talk all the time, but it's right there. And feel free to come in, talk with myself, talk with Noreen, or Vernon,
yes,
and Vernon that are there, and we'll be able to help you with anything you might need.
Yeah. So that office is open Monday to Friday or on the weekends?
Yeah, Monday to Saturday. Monday through Saturday. Monday to Friday, we're open from 8 till 5 or 6. Saturdays, we're open about 4 or 5 hours on Saturdays, so from 10 to 3.
And they can probably just set up an appointment to come anyway. And like I said, do you try and encourage families and the siblings to come in with mom and dad?
Certainly. I encourage and invite all family members that want to be involved in this process to come, because it is a family decision.
It is a process too.
It's a process, and you want to be educated on it. You want to know what's happening. If your family's not involved and you're really independent, come, ask questions. It's a very easygoing setting. There's no pressure at all. We present information to you and try to answer your questions and some of those deep doubts you may be having about what to do next. But we can answer those questions and really, truly be a good resource for you.
Yeah, it's really important. It is a process. And the great thing about it, the location, and Steve, I'm serious. I'm really waiting for the food to come out because, for me, in Hawaii, we love food. We have more restaurants per capita than any state in the nation. We also have more seniors than any place in the nation. And we're such a family state that I'm glad to hear more and more are coming. Families are coming. So we're here with Steve Nawahine from Kalakaua Gardens. Really quick, give me your number, Stephen, that we can contact your office for an appointment to visit.
Wonderful, wonderful. So our number is 518-2273.
And then we'll have more information in the next segment of the Generations Magazine show. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
We will be right back with Percy Ihara from Generations Radio. If you have any questions or want to be part of our discussion, give us a call at 296-5467. That's 296-5467. This is Generations Radio on AM 690 The Answer.
Moon Physical Therapy is here to help you back to recovery. Moon Physical Therapy is located on Ward Avenue across from Sports Authority. Physician prescribed for motor vehicle accidents, workman's comp, or that body pain that comes from rushing to play without warming up. Also event cardiopulmonary rehabilitation with our one-on-one patient care. Moon's Aquatherapy heated endless pool allows for low-impact exercise with less pain on land. We will give you the right exercises to get you back to health. Ask your doctor to prescribe Moon Physical Therapy. Moon Physical Therapy. We achieve results.
Aloha, this is Martha Clopin.
And Al Harrington. Choosing the right Medicare plan not only saves you money, it also helps you avoid headaches and heartaches down the road.
We want to remind everyone
to listen to a Medicare Moment with Martha, Sundays from 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. as we help answer important questions on Medicare so you can stay healthy, wealthy, and wise all year long.
Call me at 543-2073, 543-2073.
I was an addict from the age of 13. I finally decided it was time for a change. I walked into the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Center, and that got me ready for the real world. Now, I choose to be guided by Jesus Christ, and today, I'm building a powerful and promising future, free from drugs and alcohol.
Please shop at the Salvation Army family stores. With our discounted sales, your support through your purchase helps men live a clean, sober, and productive life.
Got Vegas on your mind? Get Vacations Hawaii on the line. Vacations Hawaii offers weekly 4- and 5-night Honolulu to Vegas packages, which include 3 meals daily from $6.99. Stay at Hawaii's favorite casinos, California, Fremont, Main Street Station, and Orleans Hotel. Vacations Hawaii will get you there in comfort on deluxe wide-body 767 planes with complimentary in-flight hot meal service. Vacations Hawaii's frequent flyer program gives you future travel discounts and credits. So if you're ready to win big, call Vacations Hawaii at 591-4777 or visit pointVacationsHawaii.com.
Today, more than ever, we local people are living longer than any other state in the Union, with more seniors, baby boomers, and caregivers. Generations Radio promotes the importance to be proactive as we all age. The radio team will focus on issues facing our seniors and their families, finding resources to navigate healthy aging along with financial, legal, and caregiving information. So join Percy E. Howard from 5 until 6 each Saturday, right here on AM 690 The Answer. Focusing on the issues facing our seniors and their families today. Here's our Generations Radio host, Percy Ihara.
Welcome back to Generations Radio. I'm Percy Ihara here with Mr. Steve Nawahine from Kalakaua Gardens. And as you know, the February March issue will be coming out very shortly, and featuring a great cover photo of two silhouettes of people, and on a big bold letter says, "The Face of Alzheimer's." And we'll be featuring Christine Payne, the Executive Director for the Alzheimer's Association here in Hawaii, Dr. Corey Liao, who is Hawaii's leading doctor on Alzheimer's, and he has a great facility at St. Francis with the Hawaii Neuroscience Center. And he's one of 7 sites in the nation chosen to do clinical trials for new testing on drugs for Alzheimer's. And then lastly, we have Chris Ridley from the Big Island. She works at Life Care Center in Hilo, and is the Alzheimer's representative there on the Big Island. So we'll be talking about the different aspects of Alzheimer's, the growing need to be documented to have Alzheimer's, and also we talk about different supports and services for Alzheimer's in the state of Hawaii. And here with Steve Nawahine. Now, you mentioned you have a memory care unit, which is very important to have, isn't it?
We do have a memory care unit, and we've dedicated 23 beds to our memory care, and I expect that may grow here in the future. But we'll have wonderful qualified people that will be able to take care of those who are in need of that, those who are suffering from dementia or even Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the new study is about 49% of the people over the age of 85 will be diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia or Parkinson's.
Yeah, it's very real. And I don't know that there's enough resources in Hawaii that take care of all of our people that are suffering from Alzheimer's or from dementia. So, well, we're just getting older. We have more 85-year-olds in Hawaii than any place else per capita, and the first line of defense goes to family. And so we got to really start thinking about it ahead of time. Now, I know you're going to bring out a new program called the Journeys program, and more information can be up later on. But that's really about the memory care unit. Correct. Our Journeys program is it's a program that at Avalon that we have perfected over time, and it really is to service those who are under memory care, to handle some of the cognitive deficits that some of our memory care patients have, or residents, and to help them really to be more productive and to live their days out fully, to be productive. Yeah. It's a great program that we'll be happy to give more information on. Yeah.
So Avalon Healthcare is managing the Kalakaua Gardens.
Yes,
That'd be great because you have a lot of experience. And yeah, you mentioned earlier in the show that you guys have the most facilities here.
We do. I don't know if we have the most facilities, but the most amount of beds available to the public to help with our skilled nursing. And so we offer, as far as Avalon goes, we offer short-term transitional rehab beds, long-term care beds. Obviously, their VA center. We're very proud of that we manage there as well.
Yeah, the Okutsu property up there in Hilo.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And so you're going to be you're taking reservations now, your open house, or where your model will be up sometime March?
Yeah, I say our model will be up really the beginning of March, and we'll start to be able to bring everyone in. They want to see what it looks like.
Yeah, they want to touch and feel it.
We could talk about it. We could show you pictures and renderings, but everybody wants to see what it is that it's going to look like, and they want to go in and get a feel for how the community will look. We are at this point though taking priority deposits, which are fully refundable. We've made it really easy. We didn't want to make it difficult for people to at least get in line. If they decide that they want to get in, they can choose be in line so they can get a good choice of suite. And where they want to be. Do they want to be on the Makai side or Mauka?
Makai or Mauka side, right?
Those kind of things. But $250. That's all the deposit is.
Oh, I thought it was $2,500. $250.
$250 is the priority deposit, and it's refundable at any given time. So if let's say you put in your deposit, you become part of the King's Club, which is really a founders club, and it's limited to the first 100 deposits. You put that in. And you wake up one day and you have a bad breakfast or something. And you decide, hey, I don't know that I really I want my deposit back. You just call it and say, Steve, I want my deposit back. No questions asked. So you don't have to stress about that. And it's not such a big amount of money that it makes it hard on you. So $250, it will go up. The deposit will go up in February. To probably $500 per deposit, but right now it's at an affordable
pace. But it's refundable no matter what.
And it's refundable no matter what.
And I see here that you're gonna, if the first, I don't know, was it King's first 100 signees, they get a move-in allowance?
Correct. They get a move-in allowance, and if they're going to move in the first 30 to 60 days, you get a move-in allowance of $500. And also, there's another financial incentive of having a $2,500 discount to the community fee. And so that's a substantial amount. The community fee would be $3,500, and that's just a one-time charge, which is normal in the industry here in Hawaii.
Like a setup fee or something?
It's like a setup fee, but it's just a one-time fee. But if you're part of the King's Club and you elect to come in within the first 30 to 60 days, you get those financial incentives. And then also you get to be a part of the very first.
Yeah.
You get to be the bricks, the foundation, the keystone of the community. What's wonderful and lovely is that you get to be a part of the decision making. Once a month we get together and say, okay, everybody, how do you like the food?
Really?
You like the food? And everybody can voice their opinion. And guess what? Our chef is going to be there listening. I'm going to be listening. And we're going to tailor that to
a board or something like that.
Just like a board. Yeah. I guess you can call it a Ohana meeting, you call it a townhouse meeting, whatever,
really?
A cottage meeting, whatever you want to call it. Everybody has a say in how their life goes in this community. So I'm looking forward to that. Getting, are the activities the way you want it to be? If it's not, how would you want to do it differently? And so you really are going to have a say in how the life goes in Kalakaua Gardens.
So when you say Kalakaua Gardens, how are you going to be? How are you going to cater to the Hawaiian families there?
Well, with the Hawaiian families, I mean, what's really nice is that people come in, they look at me and go, "Oh, you're Hawaiian." I say, "Yes, I am." "Oh, you're a big Hawaiian." "Yes, I am." I'm a big Hawaiian and very proud. But as I come to know, everybody melts into one family. I mean, no matter who we are, where we come from, because we have a good mix of people that are a part of this King's Club. But you know what? Everybody can have what they need, whether it's Hawaiian, our Japanese residents, our Chinese, or we have a lot of haoles that have put in their deposits as well. So there's going to be a good mix. And I think every culture has a lot to offer to the success in the life in Kalakaua Gardens. So can we cater to everybody's needs? We're going to do our best to certainly try.
Great. And then because you're named after King Kalakaua?
Yes.
David Kalakaua?
We are. And boy, you know, when you say that, you better make sure it's spelled right and pronounced right. But it really is an honor. And King Kalakaua had, you know, a penchant for music and for food and fine things. You know, I'm a simple guy. We grew up simple, like most people do. But you can have all of these fine things in your life, in a community, at a simple price, I guess you could say. And you know, it's going to be a wonderful living, that hopefully we can all afford to live.
Well, I hope you're going to have some Hawaiian music there, even live Hawaiian music there.
Oh, we'll have live Hawaiian music. We'll have, you know, once a month. We'll have a good group that comes in. We'll have a good group that comes in and plays music. You know, I think that's very important. We're going to have so many activities that everyone will enjoy, but that's just one of them.
Well, I'm going to call my friend Jeff Apaka. You know who he is, the son of Alfred Apaka.
Oh, yes.
And he plays music. Great guy. He can get your seniors going, let me tell you.
I tell you what, let me get his number.
I'll get you his number.
We'll invite him over.
He lives in Waikiki.
Wonderful.
That's the reason why I mentioned that. And I believe he's still working over at the Waikiki Community Center. He runs a seniors program over there.
Oh, awesome.
But yeah, he's great fun to be around. And he plays great music. And we at some point down the road, we're probably going to do a story on him and his father because his father was so well known.
Yes, he was.
But I love the thought of having Hawaiian music because I love Hawaiian music. And there aren't too many places where I like the old kind style Hawaiian music. Hawaiian, it's a little too young for me. Leah, our engineer's laughing. That stuff is not Hawaiian. That's reggae. Hawaiian reggae, but I like the old Hawaiian stuff with the ukulele and, you know, somebody get up and dances in front. Man, back in the day, across the way by Ilikai used to have a place called Watertown. This is back in the 80s, and it was an old little, kind of a big, just old little house, and had local Hawaiian music, old style Hawaiian music. And it was shut down after a while because they made too much noise at night. The locals, I mean, I would walk in there. I'd be the only uppity guy there. Seriously. And you know, I told Marlene Siders, when I first met Marlene Siders, like 1982, 81, I was like really young. He goes, oh, you want Kulohe? Boy, you're still so late, huh? I was like, oh, Marlene, Auntie Marlene, only 1 o'clock at night, you know? But she was beautiful. And now she works for Senator Brickwood Galateria at the Capitol now. Marlene Sai. I mean, geez. So I know her. I can get Brickwood down there. I better call Brickwood. Maybe you should have been invited him to the opening.
You know what? We'll invite everybody to the opening. And, you know, the kind of music, you know, because I grew up that way. My dad and his family, all the Nawahines, were all musicians. And,
really? Wow.
And so Kani Kapila is the style. And you want to listen to that. And it's all the nahi music, you know, that you enjoy. I enjoy Hawaiian here and there. You know, my kids do. They want to listen to it all the time. But I enjoy the, you know, I guess old school is what you could say. But the way it used to be growing up, listening to the comforting music. And music does so much for our kupuna because they, you know, a certain song will bring back a wonderful memory in their childhood. Just last night, I was sitting down with my mom and dad, and, you know, there was, you know, they have those commercials that talk about music from the 50s and the 60s. And so I was sitting there watching Nat King Cole sing a song, and then Johnny Mathis sing a song. And then my mom and dad started getting into memories of their teenage years and, you know, who they dated, and you could just see the sparkle in their eyes. So here I was supposed to go to bed at 11 o'clock, and I stood up for another hour at midnight while my mom and dad reminisced. And why? Because they heard music, this song. And so, you know, as we, in this community, we'll have events like that, social events every week, every month, every quarter, you know, things like that. But bring back these wonderful memories of a great time, you know.
Well, old Waikiki back in those days, I mean, that was a heyday, you know, and Don Ho was still going, and, you know, Mr. Hawaii, Mr. Aloha, Danny Kalakini used to have his show, but those were the days. And yeah, hopefully we can get those do on a regular basis. You know, call me up. I live I live by Pono School. I go fly down Waikiki and hang out over there. Now, in fact, is there an age to minimum age that you folks have?
There really isn't. But normally, you see 55 years and up. Mm-hmm. Most people that want to be in a senior living community are going to be within the age group of 70 and up. Mm. But I tell you, I've met so many wonderful people. I met a 94-year-old woman, and she looked like she was 70, even 60, just healthy. And I can't believe how wonderful our elderly look.
That wasn't her name wasn't Joan Packer, was it?
It could be.
No, because in our magazine we have one of the healthiest ladies I have ever met in my life.
I saw that magazine.
She's my workout idol. When I first met her, it's like, wow, I want to work out and be like her because I want to be healthy at 94. She's 94 years old, lives in Waikiki, no medication, no arthritis. She's still driving, works out 3 to 5 days a week.
Well, they're just so healthy, and it's very pleasing. It makes me happy to see that because they really. So when they come to us, they're like, "What can you offer? We just want to have a great life here." I saw 3 women come out of 24 Hour Fitness, literally, and one was 85, one was 94, the other one was 91, and wow. They came in to get information, and they're in their workout clothes, and I'm just looking at them, going, "Okay, I know that I've run next to you on that machine. I'm not going to do that again because they." They put you to shame, but they're healthy and they're vibrant. And
you must have a lot of stories about people that maybe never been into a retirement facility and then eventually decide to move into it and it is flourish, huh?
Yeah, there's you see it all the time. What I would say is, if you do your homework now, whether you're going to be a potential resident or you're a family member looking for a loved one, do your homework. Get on the internet. Everybody does nowadays. You can see. You can get the feel. You can know what they're ranked if there's a Medicare rating involved. But you can see a lot of pictures. Now, I wouldn't trust pictures you see on the internet all the time, right? But do your homework. Get on the internet. Call, ask questions. I would say the biggest thing is to go into the community itself. Meet the general manager. Meet the executive director or the administrator. And get a good feel. Because you can trust yourself. Get a good feel. How do you feel when you walk in the doors? Does it feel good? Does it smell good? Does it sound good? Do people look like they're happy? Are they walking around with a hop in their step? You can tell those things. That's the advice I would give as you go and look into a community. See what it looks like and feels like, and you'll know.
What you've been working in many facilities. What are some of the older? Are you seeing 100-year-old people in retirement facilities?
I've had a few. The ones that are over 100, and I tell you, they have a mind of their own and they do what they want to do as they should, that they've earned that for certain. But I do see, especially not so much in the mainland, to be honest. But here in Hawaii, you see a lot of our elderly that are pushing in the 90s, high 90s, early 100s. And it's just amazing to me. I didn't really see that in any of the other states I've been an administrator. But here there are many, and they're thriving and they're looking for a good place to be that's comfortable, that's safe, and that they know they're going to have what they need, the care that they need. That if it's nursing, they want that, they're going to have that. If it's activities, life, nightlife, whatever it may be, they're going to have that at Kalakaua Gardens.
Yeah, great. We're here with Steve Nawahine from Kalakaua Gardens, the new premier retirement facility right on Kalakaua Avenue before you get into Waikiki. And your demo or your open house will be. And your model will be up in March.
And grand opening in April.
Great.
Opening in April.
Real quick, the number again. Well, now it's at the end as well. But give us if somebody just tuned in now. What's the phone number they can reach you guys at?
Okay, so you can get a hold of us at 518-2273.
And your website?
Our website is www.kalakauagardens.com.
Oh, very easy.
Very easy.
And so, how did this come about anyway? Because one day I just heard about this facility and this property and see the construction. I didn't know what was going on. And I didn't really look at the board really quick. And all of a sudden I hear, oh, you better talk to Steve Nawahine from Kalakaua Gardens. I said, that's the place? How did that get started anyway? And why? And who chose Kalakaua, the name Kalakaua?
It's a great story. And I'll tell it to you really quick. But the owners of the company, Paul Yu, who's the president of the company, it was supposed to be a condominium at one time. And I think, because of his personal experiences that he had with his own auntie, he decided that it should be a senior living community so that we could truly service our elderly. But what had happened is he had an auntie that was probably in her 80s that was very, very healthy, very alive and doing wonderful things, very sharp in her mind. And she had gone to a place where for seniors, and unfortunately didn't have a great experience there. And it wasn't here in the islands, but she had gone to a place and within a few years had really downgraded and then eventually had passed away. I think that really spurred him to try to do something special and try to make a difference. And so with that came the birth of Kalakaua Gardens. And we, as Avalon Healthcare, have been very privileged to be a part of it.
And so you're just a management company that's managing the property.
Correct.
Well, we got enough condominiums. You got 6 new ones coming up right near Alawana Beach Park, and we need more facilities like this.
Yes.
Can you give us a ballpark figure of what the prices are going to be at?
Sure. Now you'll see we have studios. We have larger studios. We have 1-bedrooms, 2-room type of suites. And you're going to see a range anywhere from $4,500 a month to $7,850 a month, which includes all of your services. It includes everything that you could possibly need and think of.
And a chauffeur.
I'll be the chauffeur if anybody wants. I love to get out.
And so what I like about most, besides the location and hopefully the food. I'm sure the food's going to be great, but the different levels of care. And so with the limited skilled beds in Hawaii, this is going to be a great addition.
It'll be a great addition, and I can tell you that 90% of the people that come into our information center and ask us those questions, it's always about, do you have 24/7 nursing? If I fall down and I get hurt and I have to go to the hospital, can I come back here and get 24/7 nursing care with the doctors here? And the answer is yes. You don't have to go anywhere else. You don't have to go to a whole nother facility just to get rehab for a month and then come back. You can do that all right there. We have skilled nursing. We're a certified skilled nursing facility, Medicare certified, or will be come April when we open. That takes time. It's a process. But you have all of that in place, so you truly get to age in place where you feel comfortable, where you live.
And you don't have to move out at any time.
You don't have to move out at any time.
So will you have like physical therapists or occupational therapists there?
Yes, we will. That's a great question. We will have physical therapists, occupational therapists, and speech pathologists as well. And so we offer all of those services, and then connected to Kalakaua Gardens, we'll also have outpatient therapy as well. That should they need more therapy outside of a skilled,
great.
They can go to that.
So Steve, again, we're here with Steve Nawahine from Kalakaua Gardens. Again, the phone number and the website, Stephen?
Phone number is 518-2273. You can call us there at any time. And then kalakaugardens.com.
Yeah. And please do call to check it out and set up an appointment. They're going to have an open house, a model down by... on Kapilani?
Sometime in March. Yeah, sometime in March.
But your office is on Kalakaua, Kapilani, right below 24 Hour Fitness.
Correct.
Great.
Correct.
And I know you're going in the future, you're going to be more in the community, Stephen. That's what I love about what you do, and you're very sincere, and I'm looking forward to this. But really, I know you're going to be doing more partnerships with us in the community.
Yes.
And you're going to have a couple of meeting rooms there?
Yes. We'll have some meeting rooms, and my intention is to have our community be involved. They have something they want to hold in our community, by all means, come see me, and let's have you be a part of our community. Come in. Great.
Anyway, Kalakaua Gardens, right on Kalakaua Avenue, going down toward the ocean on the right side. So check them out, and they're also part of our Generations Magazine show. And thank you also for being on our board of our local Hawaii Pacific Gerontological Society. Anyway, we're here every Saturday from 5 to 6 and Sunday from 3 to 4. And if you've missed the show or you heard about the show, check out our website in a couple of weeks. It'll be up on our website, generations808.com. You can listen to the whole show and at your own leisure, at your own home and on your own computer. So, Stephen, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm really looking forward to April when your open house comes out in grand opening.
Thank you, Percy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone. As always, live well and have a great weekend. Aloha.